Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here today. What I'm going to do is break down my section into a few different areas. First, we are going to talk about why mealtime is so important. Then we're going to talk about front of house basics, kitchen basics. We're going to talk a little bit about an approved menu system, and then cooking methods for a senior population, meal plate presentation, meal service, and then a couple of actual case study examples of problems with therapeutic diets and allergies. And then we'll talk a little bit about survey compliance and resident satisfaction. I'm starting off with why mealtime is so important, and I realize a lot of you have probably heard this all before. I wrote this as kind of a basic primer, and some of the things that I say may be rather obvious, and I apologize for that. But for some people, this may be the first time they've heard about some of these things. The most important thing at mealtime, I believe, is hydration. Residents and us too need 8-ounce glasses of water per day. You think about 64 ounces of water. That's an awful lot. If you give a resident 8 ounces of water at every meal, you're only halfway hitting the mark. You've really got to try to, throughout the day, work the hydration. But especially at mealtime, you need to try and get 2 8-ounce glasses of water into every resident, especially if they're taking heavy meds. They require even more hydration in some cases. And then there's the problem that we face with juices, where juices that are high in sugar don't hydrate as well as water. The residents would much rather have cranberry juice, but they should be drinking water, not cranberry juice. So it's up to us to try and help hydrate the resident by curbing their natural instinct and really making it a priority at mealtime. Another reason why mealtime is so important is socialization, and I think this is kind of obvious, but a lot of our residents, and I'm sure many of yours, spend the better part of their day in their rooms alone, maybe watching TV, maybe just sitting there. Maybe they come out for activities, maybe they take a walk around the building. You've got some residents that sit in your common area and kind of enjoy the day, but you do have a lot of residents that sit in their room, and the only time that they come out, the only mental challenge they have all day is at mealtime, when they have the opportunity to socialize with other residents. That's why I kind of hate to rush through meals. I realize that in many of my residents' situations, the only interaction they're having with other people is at mealtime. And I kind of hate to see them rush in and rush out in a 35-minute period. Unfortunately, that's the desire of many of the residents, is to get fed as quickly as possible and move along. But I really enjoy the socialization part of the meal.